Hi, I'm Shania. This is my first video, and I thought it would be a good idea for our first video to talk about depression and self-harm. They're really big on me. Um, I have PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. Um, I got diagnosed with depression at the age of 7, and I just got diagnosed with PTSD last year. Um, it ain't fun. You're always basically very sad and depressed. Um, I've had a really bad childhood growing up. I moved a lot. Um, Never really had my mother. She was always working. Or just wouldn't really pay attention to me. I never had my father. My father's never been around. He left my mother when she was still pregnant with me. So that was always hard. I was bullied a lot in elementary because of how I looked, how I sounded, how I acted, how short I was, anything possible. I was always bullied. Um, about middle school, my mother got married when I was 9 to my sisters. Um, but when I was about 2 weeks before my 8th year, um, I had a physical with the doctor. I was 13, and they found something wrong with me, and they asked if I was touched anything in very inappropriate places. And I said yes. I said Daddy touches me. That day my sister's father was arrested. Um, for 4 years of lethal molestation. My sister was only 15 months. Yeah, that started a lot. As if a lot didn't happen already, that started a lot. Um, about 2 weeks after that, about 3 days after my middle school, my 3rd year, I started getting into drinking and drugs because I could not take that. I just could not do it. I was so miserable. My sister's father was in prison, was in jail. My mother's husband was in jail. Everyone was so depressed and upset, and I thought it was my fault. I thought I did something, and I already had depression and everything, so it just made it so much worse. And I could not handle it at all. And so I resorted to drinking and using drugs, and also I would cut myself. I wanted that physical pain instead of the emotional pain. I went to drinking and using. Um, it put me into a better mood, made me happy. I did that till I was 16. Um, High school was a little bit easier. I wasn't bullied as much. I actually became really popular in high school. Um, I was still bullied a little bit though. But, yeah. Um, my sophomore year I was 15. I met my ex fiance. We were actually engaged. But I met him through a friend of mine, and 4 months after dating, we got engaged. A little over a year after being together, I was 16, and we found out I was pregnant. Yeah, 16 pregnant, huh? But no, anyways, um, I stopped drinking, I stopped using, I stopped smoking the day I found out. I wanted to give my child a better life than what I had, if possible. So I stopped, and I also ended up dumping him because it was a really bad relationship. He was very controlling and very mind manipulating. I caught on to that. Um, and so I stopped and I dumped him and everything. Um, I had her at 37 weeks. I had her gone for an emergency inducement, and that quickly escalated to a very heavy emergency cesarean. Me and her would not have made it if they did not do it. We would not be here. She was born 3:15 in the morning on October 17, 2013. 5 pounds even, 18 inches long. She was very small. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks due to health problems, which was very hard. When she was 6 months, DCFS took her, claiming that me and her father, at this time me and her father were talking, and I actually let her father have her for a month so they can do bonding. And she was taken out of his home. But they claimed neglect and abuse on us because I left her there, and because there was medicine at his house for my daughter's grandpa, because he's very sick, and they weren't apparently taking care of her and everything. And so DCFS came in and took our daughter on May 8th of 2014. Yeah, that was a very hard day. That was also my clean date for that reason. I started using again, and not as much, and I wasn't drinking as much after I had it, but I had a lot of depression, everything I couldn't really handle after I had it. And so, yeah, I started that, but on that day I had my clean date, and that was my clean date, and it still is. 17 months clean sober. But, yeah, August this past year, I relinquished my rights for her. I haven't seen her since. I did it because I had the strength to. I could not give her the life that she really needed. And the fact that she both now could, never put me that. And so I relinquished my rights for my daughter. And, you know, she just had her second birthday, and I missed that. I've missed a lot of things in my life, and it really does hit. Yeah, it sucks lately. I've had a lot of growth in my life. I'm not even telling you like even a quarter of what's going on in my life. I was bullied a lot. I was abused a lot in a lot of forms. Really any way you can think of, I was abused. And it sucked. It really did. Fact that all that was going on top of having depression and everything, and being a young kid and having it really sucked because I wasn't able to really handle that as well. And then finding out I had PTSD it was a shocker, but not as big as I thought it would be. But it still really sucks. I mean, depression's not easy at all. It's really not. It's very hard to deal with, but it is doable. And you know, if you're being bullied or if you have depression or both or whatever is going on that's hard, I promise you, harming yourself is not okay to do. I did inner harm, which is drinking and using basically to me because it harms the inner part of your body heavily. And outer harm, which is cutting. Yeah, those are not okay. I also tried to commit suicide when I was 15. Yeah, that was intense. I still remember that day very, very clearly. It broke my mother's heart, and that was like the actual first day, really. I knew I could see that I was loved and cared for. I promise you, suicide's not a way to go either. It just puts that harm onto a ton of other people. It saddens and hurts everybody that's around you and loves you. I promise it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. I just want everybody to know that, you're not alone. You're not alone through anything that you go through, any hardships. You're not alone. You have people around you that love and care for you. Whether you think so or not, there's people around. Find stuff that makes you happy. My thing lately that makes me happy is YouTube. I've actually been watching a lot of YouTube. I've actually been watching some things in particular. Actually, shout out for this too. I've been watching Jordan Sweeto and Johnny Gilbert and Brian Stars and the whole My Digital Escape family, and they just put a smile on my face and they make me realize, I'm not alone. I'm not alone. They have a lot of problems themselves that they had to deal with, and I realize that I'm not alone, and they make me so happy because as awkward as I am, it's so fun. I love them a lot. Um, you know, it's really cool. It's really cool to have that getaway somehow. And that's my getaway. That's what makes me happy. I don't know what yours guys could be. It could be the same thing, or it could be something totally different. Whatever it is, make sure it's a good thing. Because I promise you, you make a good thing out of something that you're doing that's really horrible, something that makes you feel really horrible. You change it into something that's good. It's gonna make your life a whole lot better. But harming yourself in any kind of way just to take the mental pain away is never okay to do. It's never okay. It just makes it a lot worse. And bullying is not okay either. Ever. I don't care who you are or what you think or anything. It is not okay to do. Ever. And it does bite you in the butt in the end. But yeah, so I'm not telling you guys everything because personal reasons. But that's just some of it. I wanted you guys to know that you're not alone. Um, you are loved and cared for, and you know, everybody goes through a lot of hard things in life, no matter who you are, it happens. But people take it different ways. But I promise, if you try to look something good, it'll make it a lot better as you go. But yeah, just try to stay positive as much as you can. Do something that makes you positive, no matter what it is. Just something that's positive that makes you happy, and something that won't hurt you or hurt others in any sort of way. Um, Talk to people, watch videos, play games, write, stuff like that. Whatever just makes you happy. But yeah, so I don't really know what else to say. Well, I do, but it would take like another like hour. But yeah, so I just realized that you guys really are loved and cared for. That there's both sides to everything. Um, but yeah, so I'm going to actually also be posting up videos from now on too about random stupid shit I do. Because I'm very awkward and random, and yeah. Um, so yeah, if you want to check those out, I'll be uploading videos hopefully a few times a week. Yeah, I got bored and everything I have to deal with. I'm a bad guy. I'm a troublemaker. I got myself in trouble. So I got this still, so it depends on schedules. But I'll try to fit in at least 2, maybe 3 videos a week if possible. But yeah, um, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want. Yeah, love you.